Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Kelly. I'm so excited to read chapter 4 of Sue Grafton, X. So here you go, and it's good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I'm thinking about everybody, and just, if you need a break from everything, just sit back and listen to a story, okay? I want to do this for you guys. Chapter 4. We ambled the half-block to Rosie's through the gathering dark. Streetlights had come on, forming shapeless yellow patches on the sidewalk. Once there, Henry opened the door and ushered me in ahead of him. The tavern's atmosphere was subdued, much as it had been before the place was taken over by the local sports enthusiasts, whose various league trophies still lined the shelf Rosie had installed above the bar. The 1988 football season had been capped by Super Bowl 23 on Sunday, January 22nd, when the 49ers defeated the Bengals by a score of 20-16. For reasons unknown, this had triggered an exodus. 1 week the sports rallies were in evidence, and the next week they were gone. In one of those inexplicable migrations of restaurant patrons, they'd abandoned Rosie's as mysteriously as they had appeared. Almost at once, the police department personnel drifted in to fill the ecological niche. Until recently, the favored hangout among cops had been the Caliente Cafe, or Cece's as it was called. Then, on New Year's Day, a kitchen fire had broken out, and by the time the fire engines had arrived, a scant 7 minutes later, the entire backside of the restaurant was engulfed in flames, and the better part of the structure was reduced to charcoal briquettes. There was some suggestion the devastating fire wasn't entirely accidental, but whatever the facts, the doors and windows had been boarded over, and there was no talk of reopening. Rosie's was off the beaten path and less than a mile away, which made it the natural successor for those dispossessed of their watering hole. Rosie's wasn't a popular spot. The decor, if one could call it such, was too tacky to attract a sophisticated crowd, and the ambiance too staid to appeal to the young. So now, police officers and civilian employees stopped in after work, and plainclothes detectives from the Criminal Investigations Division had begun to frequent the place as well, attracted by its anonymity. The cheap prices also exerted an appeal. Absent were the chief of police, assistant chiefs, and others in upper management, which was just as well. In hopes of engendering loyalty, Rosie had purchased a popcorn machine. Napkin-lined baskets of freshly popped corn were now stationed along the length of the bar, with shakers of Parmesan cheese and garlic salt. The smell of hot oil and burnt candles formed a pungent counterpoint to the scent of Hungarian spices that saturated the air. It was early yet, and neighborhood regulars would soon trickle in, augmented by off-duty police as the evening wore on. For the time being, the television screen was blank, and all of the overhead lights were on, illuminating the dispirited collection of mix-and-match furnishings Rosie had assembled from garage sales over the years. The secondhand chairs had wood or chrome frames with padded vinyl plastic seats, and the formica top tables were only made level through the tricky use of shims. The wooden booths that lined their right-hand wall were darkly varnished, with surfaces perpetually sticky to the touch. William was behind the bar, polishing the stemware. Rosie was perched on a bar stool, consulting a collection of cookbooks that were open in front of her. There was only one other customer, and he sat 4 stools away from her, his back turned while he was reading the newspaper and sipped a glass of beer. As Henry and I took our seats, I glanced over and realized the lone man at the bar was Cheney Phillips, who worked in the homicide unit at the Santa Teresa Police Department. Cheney was roughly my age, with a dark mop of uncurly curls, soft as a poodle's coat. Brown-eyed, clean-shaven. 2 years before, we'd had what I suppose could be called a romance, though I feel compelled to put the terms in quotes. Romance. While the initial sparks had never taken hold, I didn't think either of us had ruled out the possibility. Now, even the most casual encounter sometimes triggered intimate images that made my cheeks color with embarrassment. I pushed away from the table, saying to Henry, "I'll be right back." "You want white wine, yes?" he said. "I do, thanks." As usual, Cheney was nattily dressed, gray slacks, navy blazer, under which he wore a white dress shirt with an expensive-looking tie in shades of gray. I crossed to the bar and tapped him on the shoulder. "This is a present surprise. I don't usually see you here at this hour. What's up?" He smiled. "Well, I just finished my annual physical, for which I received a multitude of gold stars. I thought that warranted a beer." "Congratulations. Good health deserves a celebration." He lifted his glass. "To yours." Cheney Phillips came from money. His father owned a number of private financial institutions in the area, while his mother sold high-end real estate. Both were perplexed when he forswore the banking business in favor of the police academy. Once aboard the STPD, he worked his way up from traffic cop to his current position as a homicide detective, where the pay was adequate, but no cause for rejoicing. Still, Cheney managed to live well, which should come as no surprise. Wealth begets wealth. Just see what time it is. Okay, I'm gonna stop on top of page 40 right now, and then I'm gonna start reading in a little bit. Okay, so hope you enjoyed a little bit of chapter 4, and I'll get back to you soon. Bye. Have a good day.